only a few games left into the regular season and I just got mail from Adidas. They told me I could choose a custom colorway for one of the 3 shoes that are shown in this screen right now. The shoe I chose was the Adidas Dame 5. It was not available in the Adidas store in 2Ks for some reason, so that's the shoe I chose. The colorways I chose were all heat colors, and I'll just show you all of how I colored them. I'll keep it in the video just for you guys to see it. And the name I gave for my shoe is Dame 5 Miguel Personal Edition. So there's that. Some of the remaining games I wanted to post the full highlights for each one of them, but since the regular season is about to come to an end, it's going to be a short summary of how those 4 games went. And in this game, it's a duel between me and Jalen Green. Jalen Green actually had a great stretch in the entirety of March. He was playing like an all-star. And after I scored, look at Jalen Green just go to the basket, he lays it in. That's his 23rd point in this game. I didn't show the first 3 quarters. I wanted to show the 4th quarter immediately because that's where all the fun is going to be shown. And right back as he went to the free throw line, I become aggressive, go to the free throw line myself. I have three points as you can see on the screen. And I make both of the free throws. And on that next offensive possession by the Rockets, Jalen Green goes back to the basket again. That's 27 points for him. It was a scoring duel between Jalen Green and I. And then I go into the basket, attack Fred VanVleet. I get this bad animation. I thought I was going to mistime the layup because of it, but I still managed to make it anyway. And it was actually my best career game scoring wise. I don't always score a lot of the points because I'm sharing the ball with my teammates a lot, because we have a lot of great scorers. We have Butler, Adebayo, and Tyler Hero, and our offensive style is based on ball movement. And if I'm going to score a lot of points, as you can see right there, I make a Euro step layup. That's my 10th layup in this game. And on the possession before where we had to call a timeout because of it, Jalen Green made a contested 3. And in real life, he has been making a lot of those crazy 3s. That's why he's been playing like an all-star. And here's a rarity. I draw off a charge in the backcourt. That's Fred VanVleet's 3rd foul. I cut to the basket, go for a layup. Layup number 11 for me. The Rockets couldn't even do anything against me in this game. I wasn't able to be defended very well. Look at that, another layup. That's point number 43 for me. 17 of 27 from the field. I was having a field day in this entire game. I wasn't the only one having a field day because look at Jalen Green. I almost stole that from him. He goes all the way to the basket again. He's just so athletic. If only he can use those tools the right way as he dunks it on the other side of the basket. But at least lately it's been translating to a lot more wins. Think about it. Once he polishes his offensive game next year, the Rockets are going to be even more of a force to be dealt with. Especially when Alperen Sengun is going to be back. Even he has some tools in his sleeves as well, because he's one of the best post playmakers, and he was playing like a borderline all-star before all those injuries. And another trip to the line for me, but instead I missed 1 out of 2 of the free throws. That was annoying. I feel like I timed everything perfectly, yet I missed at least one of them. And this is what I believe is Jalen Green's 38th point. Even he was balling. There was two 40-point games in this game, and as I score number 47. That's the first time I've scored above 45 points in this MyCareer series. Cause I've been letting my teammates get it going cause we have a lot of good options. And we tried to stop Jalen Green from scoring again, but look what happens. He makes another contested layup. That's his 40th point. That is another career game for him. And he actually had a lot of those kinds of career games as of late. And a lot of people are saying this happens every year. But it's a much different story nowadays. And I've tried to go for 50 points, but because they were trying to defend me well, like I tried to call for a screen, but they don't even want me to go to the basket. Instead, I passed to Caleb Martin, who then delivered the dagger. Game is over, so no 50 ball for me. That Pacers game is also another game that went down to the wire, and look at that! Bam Adebayo does something I've never seen him do ever. A reverse alley-oop jam. And this is a play where they had to call a timeout. I paused the game for a minute and I wanted to find something thumbnail worthy. That's the thumbnail worthy shot right there. But I couldn't even show the entirety of the game because the fourth quarter, we're down by 1, 5 minutes in, and I spin off Tyrese Halliburton giving us the lead right back. Pacers in real life have actually been fighting for a playoff spot, and it actually happened when they traded for Pascal Siakam from Toronto. And I'm going to talk more about that in the Toronto Raptors special because they're the last two games in our schedule. And in this MyCareer series, OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam are still in the Raptors at the time. That's why when you watch my last Knicks game, RJ Barrett, who is in Toronto right now, he's in the Knicks still. I steal it from Tyrese Halliburton, and then I just call a timeout because we were gonna lose a timeout if we didn't call it at the 3-minute mark. Halliburton gives the lead right back. We had to call another timeout. It was a fun game. They were competing. They were giving us everything they got. I do a bailout pass. I was trying to go for the bailout badge in these last few games, but it succeeded because Jimmy Butler was wide open. I've been trying to do a lot of those bailout passes as I wanted to score the gold bailout badge, and we forced a 3-second violation, so we get the ball back. But then we messed up that offensive possession because Jimmy Butler decided to shoot a contested 3. That's not his game. And Halliburton just goes all the way to the fast break. He's just fast. Well, not as fast as some other guards, but he can push the pace whenever because the Pacers are amongst the highest paced teams in the NBA. And Jimmy Butler in the clutch goes to the post, redeeming himself after that missed 3, the contested 3 that he chucked the possession prior. And I made a mistake trying to steal in the backcourt because Halliburton goes back. Now we're tied. So we have to make sure that we don't trade baskets again. But I almost turned it over right there. Did you see that? I dribbled it off of Tyrese Halliburton's leg. But it's a good thing Bam forced the jump ball because that wouldn't be a turnover for me. A big mistake, but we win the tip, so it's all good. Jimmy Butler ISO against Ben Mathurin. Ben Mathurin is actually unlucky because he's out for the season. And I would have liked to see how Ben Mathurin would have been playing in the playoffs, see if he's a playoff riser or not. I go all the way to the basket, give us the lead right back. Another clutch layup made for me. I had to make sure that Miles Turner was not in the paint because he's an elite paint protector. If you try to test him, he's going to block that. Finally, I forced a miss on Halliburton. He's been making his clutch shots. All right, we gotta slow it down. Make sure to get something good out of that possession. And I tried to do the bailout pass again. I turned it over instead. Sometimes the bailout passes are like 50-50. Because even when you have the bailout badge, there's a chance where you still throw a bad pass out of the jump shot. And in this play, I do another bailout pass. I was trying to pass to Jimmy, but it finds Bam instead. We take the lead right back. Pacers call their final timeout. So we gotta get one stop. I'm guarding Halliburton again. He's gonna go all the way to the basket. I stop him from shooting. He has to pump fake because I was right there. Miles Turner with the ball. We gotta make sure we don't leave Walker wide open. I'm not sure if he shoots the three. Bruce Brown, what's he gonna do? He gets blocked by Bam Adebayo. They only have 0.6 on the shot clock. They have no timeouts. What play are they going to run? It's going to Halliburton for the win. He doesn't even get it off in time. We survive. We play in a playoff type game. Another playoff experience that we have to gain. And this is our final road game, which is against the Atlanta Hawks. And about the Hawks, they've also been hit with injuries. Trae Young just returned a while ago against the Hornets, but unfortunately they weren't able to pull off the win. And the Hornets really spoiled Trae Young's return. And it was also a crucial game for them as they're trying to gain the home court advantage for the 9th, 10th seed. And their opponent is the Chicago Bulls. And the Bulls have the tiebreaker over them. So if they have the same record, they will not have the home court for that 9th, 10th game. And the magic number for both of these teams is just 1. And this is recorded before the Bulls-Pistons game. But then if the Bulls just win one of the games against the Pistons or Wizards, the Hawks are stuck at the 10th seed. So they're going to have to sell for the road game in the play-in tournament, which puts them in a much bigger disadvantage. Because the Bulls home court, the Bulls have a very good home court, but even then the Bulls have not been winning their postseason home games. They haven't won a home game since 2015, a home playoff game at least. They lost their only 2 home games in 2022, and they lost all of their home games back in 2017. So it's really up to the Hawks to be able to steal that. As I go all the way to the basket, I steal a pass from Capella. I've been anticipating a lot of those passes in this season. It's all about knowing the opponent's plays. And in this game actually, I decided to change up the lineups a bit just for end of season experimenting as we prepare for the playoffs. We're actually down big, but I didn't really care about the result as long as we try something out and we gain much more data as to whether these lineups are effective or not going forward. And every playoff team needs some experimenting. I have a hot take, but when you don't do any experiment in the regular season, you don't gain any valuable intakes on whether you're going to run certain plays and change lineups depending on how you match up well against a certain team, because playoffs are all about matchups. And if you don't match up against a certain team very well, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And if you don't know what to do against a certain team in a series, then your chances of advancing far into the postseason are uncertain. And we just got blown out by the Hawks. We couldn't do anything, but it doesn't matter. Next game against the Mavs, it's a back-to-back, so I decided to change the starting lineup again just so that for experiment purposes yet again. But here's something I've been testing. I'm trying to play full court press against Luka. My teammates are back, but I want to pressure Luka in the backcourt. Plus, that's the kind of defensive strategy I'm going to try out once the playoffs start, as playoffs are all about defense. It's the #1 priority in the postseason, and look at how slow they made me run. I was pressing turbo, but instead they made me stutter so Luka can get a easy layup or easy dunk. 2K wants my matchups to look good, don't they? But hey, at least I pass it to Jovic for the pick and roll slam. I'm trying to pressure Luka. I just can't do anything. He's just that good. He's the leading scorer in the NBA for a reason. I tried to go under the screen, so I had to contest that. That was good defense this time, knowing the scouting report, because you know Luka always pulls up for 3, so you had to go under. And look at that. That's why I said the bailout badge is 50-50, because it's not certain that you're going to be able to complete a pass even though you have the badge. And Josh Richardson makes that contested 3. Like, I don't know why that happens. Even in 2K, where a lot of unrealistic things happen, it just doesn't make a lot of sense where you have a badge which is supposed to enhance a certain ability, and then all of a sudden it's just kind of useless. And that's why I focus on specific badges which I feel like would be the most useful for me. The one I feel is the most useful for me is Dimer and Lord General. This is a chaotic possession right there. I do a bailout pass again and Josh Richardson fumbles it. Luckily I was able to find space to make the pull-up mid-range. And I just want to put the spotlight on Bam Adebayo. He's been blocking a lot of those shots as of late. He should be getting a nod for Defensive Player of the Year. But since he doesn't get a lot of blocks, he's not gonna get it. And I just find it strange that they have to rely on numbers just to see how good a defensive player is. But it doesn't really matter how much blocks or steals you get. If you actually watch the film tape of a certain game, of several games, you'll see how good Bam really is. He's really amongst the best perimeter defenders for a center. A center being able to guard 1 through 5. Only a few of them can do that. I can say Draymond Green can do that. He's also a power forward. He can play small ball center. Those are generational defenders right there. And we were blowing out the Dallas Mavericks. And the funny thing is, the Mavericks won against the Heat in real life, and the Hawks lost against the Heat in real life. It's funny because we lost against the Hawks, and we're blowing out the Mavs right now. Think about it, this is crazy. A lot of playoff teams have already clinched the playoffs. They clinched a seed that they want to be in. Now they're just waiting for who they're going to match up against. So they have to be able to get things done once the teams are set. And for those who are fighting to go into the playoff spot, they have to play with a lot of desperation, as Bam just gets an end one. I'm just going to continue pressuring Luka. He pulls up for 3, he misses it. You gotta pray that he misses, because even though you play good defense against guys like him, sometimes he still manages to make them. And there's just really nothing you can do when he just jacks it up and then it somehow goes in. You're just gonna have to be lucky that he's going to ever miss one. and it's actually the same thing Austin Rivers experienced when he's guarding Damian Lillard. When Lillard missed it, he was like, thank goodness, because he was being so frustrated. And look at that pass. That was the funniest bailout pass that I've done in 2K history. Mason Plumlee was trying to contest that shot, and then that shot was so slow, they make a mistake. They leave Tyler Hero in the corner again. They kept leaving the corner wide open in this game. Tyler Hero just kept making them pay. And that's going to be our main weapon come playoff time, because I always pass it out whenever I see them overhelping. But honestly, I think 2K needs to fix their help defense, help AI defense, because their logic is basically flawed. 129 to 101. Grant Williams misses a wide open jump shot. That's the summary of their game. I do another bailout pass. Adebayo pushes Mason Plumlee out the way, and that's game. So before I end this video, I just want to say to all of my Muslim friends from all around the world, Happy Eid Mubarak, happy end of Ramadan. Hope everyone is safe out there, all my Muslim friends, and ceasefire in Gaza. Oh, look at Bam! Look at that poster! Wow, that is such a great play, great executed play, and Bam Adebayo just did a putback, no, alley-oop poster again.